Greetings everyone, my name is Adderville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In tonight's live stream, I'll be covering the level pack / quote-unquote fangame Roll's Adventure by Roger 2. It consists of an intro stage, 8 RM stages, and 4 Wily Palace stages. This was submitted to me about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I'm finally getting around to covering it. First, I'll begin with the intro stage, with 1,363 plays and a score of 644. I played this particular level a few weeks ago, but for the sake of this level pack, I'll be playing through it again. As the title suggests, we play as Roll. First starting out at Light Labs. Roll grabs a broomstick. Yeah, super popular. This was released a few days after 1.7 was released, hence why it's so popular. It's fine, I guess, but there are better levels starring Roll. It simply got a recency buff. Hopefully there's no more echoing here. Just want to make sure. Yep, no more echoing. We did Needleman. But for the sake of this level pack, I will cover it again. So you don't have to go back to a previous episode to see what happened here. Yeah, pretty insane score, Rajolt. I kinda wish some of the other levels got a better score. It's fine as an intro stage, but as a stage itself, it's... bleh. It's also one of the more difficult first stages. As such is the Mega Man Maker voting community. Most of the really good levels I played throughout the stream don't really get that high of a score. Did a much better job of the stage than before. So here's a selection of 8 RMs. Excavate Man, Adventure Man, Siren Woman, Smelter Man, Warrior Man, Thunder Woman, Pool Man, and Sportsman. Choose who I should go after first. It's either Mimi levels, something a non-gamer could play, something really easy, and in very rare occasions, it's an actually good level. And on other rare occasions, it's a bug test or a showcase level. "15 seconds, then I'll move on to the first one. We have a tie between sports and adventure. Votes up. The first RM I'm going after is Adventure Man, who won with 3 votes, 103 plays, and a score of 31. Indeed, Jaden. And this track has been in for several years. It's never really outstayed its welcome. Let's see. weapons to collect. I guess we don't acquire E and M tanks. Usually, if a level pack contains E and M tanks, I really want there to be a second screen or an addendum to the first screen where you can acquire more where you can actually reacquire them. Okay, I have to time it better. Or use the charge version. Let's see how it goes, Rajolt. Wow, Jaden. I played a game and had fun. I didn't realize you'd have... By the way, I actually ended the Let's Try earlier than what I expected. I actually kept on playing and it goes on for 15 more minutes. Kind of. Although with Smelter, the demo went on for 30 minutes longer. The overhead swing. That's 2 deaths so far. See, that wasn't too difficult. The hardest part were deploying the plant platforms. Now the hard part. Either shall do. The annoying part is they can knock me out of my attacks. Whereas with the other characters, firing is instantaneous. That's the annoying part. And it resets my iframes when I do the dodge roll. See, out of all the characters to play as, I find Roll to have the toughest encounter against Quickman without any special weapons. The dodge roll is really kind of a double-edged sword. When I first saw it, I thought it had its own set of iframes. Ah, good, he's dead. Yep. That's because of three factors. First, the video quality is pretty high. Second, he's fairly well known in the speedrunner community. Number 3, the way he presents the videos is attractive to both people inside the community and outside. Okay, who's next? Adventure's down. I lost 4 lives here. 2 to Quickman, 2 to the state itself. Long story short, be careful when using the dodge roll, because once you exit the dodge roll, it resets your iframes. I'll give you all 30 seconds. Done. Let's see who's the victor. Oh, it's a tie between Smelter and Siren. Someone be the tiebreaker in the next 15 seconds, please. Smelter wins with 3 votes. 114 plays, score 46. Oh, look at Roll's charge kick animation. This is the first time I've seen it. The Assault is fun and all, but it's one of the toughest demos I played, especially if you decide to play it on arcade mode. It's really unforgiving. And you're right, it may turn more into the Lost Vikings in the future. Indeed, Mr. Lee. They're far more fire-based assets. For platforming, I much prefer sliding or dashing. I understand, Jaden. Wait, hang on a minute. That's it? That stage felt half the length as it should have been. The previous stage had enough time to use most of its elements. This one felt like I only went halfway through. Okay. I'll pick the next big option. Next up is Siren Woman, with 271 plays and a score of 109. Here are the arms left. Choose who I should go forward after. I probably won't be using the flame sword that much. Unless it's a boss weakness. Oh, Tribute Games made Flint Hook? Neat. I've been meaning to play that in a while. I already have enough roguelites on my plate. Hello Patio, welcome to the stream. We're only about 4 levels in. Brilliant plan, me. That's all my fault. I thought I could click right up there. Pro tip, go for survivability. It's one of those roguelites. Got it. Well, as long as it doesn't require as much grinding as Dungry did in the demo, I'm fine. Energy dash, energetic dash, energetic sprint. Ah, good, they fixed the demo then. In the demo version of Dun Green, there was a lot of grinding required, or more than I felt it should be. They fixed that in the final release. Spark Dash works, you're right. Got it. Okay, the fish have been fixed. They now spawn in correctly. They now spawn correctly. Only one dead here. That was all my fault. Unlike the previous stage, this felt suitably long enough, I suppose. I would have preferred it to be longer, but it's fine. In fact, compared to last week, this level pack feels a bit more faster paced and lighter in terms of difficulty and challenge. Next up is Sportsman, with 77 plays and a score 24. You're right, Jaden. They are shorter like the older MM games. Although, as I said throughout multiple Let's Plays, I kinda prefer the Mega Man fangame format, the later Mega Man games, the non-NES type ones. Oh sure, the short levels from the NES era are fine, but I simply would like to have more meat to my levels. That's why I prefer my stages to be at least 3 to 5 minutes long. They just started streaming, so sure, let's raid them after I'm done with the level pack. Hey, nice. Ooh. I was a bit worried that would crush me. Again, Rose Broom is basically a better version of a flame sword. Whoops. That's fine, if they're okay with raiding, it's fine. I mean, there's only really 3 people who have raided. Name. As for the other character, Beta, or whatever his name is, I may dedicate a full playthrough him or not, because if he goes to the same level set and his abilities aren't too different, I'll just make a pre-recorded episode starring him. Easy. Sadly, I can't carry it through. A sky to a stadium level. We don't usually see those sorts of things. Ow, ow. At least these don't crush you. Onigiri? Funny you say that. Probably in a week or two. I will return to stream the game, by the way. They had a new update with an entire new world added. And no, that new world is not a brutal bonus level, thankfully. Essentially, what I think I'm planning on doing is collecting all the onigiri from the non-brutal bonus levels, then moving on to that thing. I also figured out there's a shortcut for switching abilities. This level also felt super long. Almost. Once that's done, that'll be the end of it. Tomorrow's Eddie's World. And remember, Wednesday evening, Cyber Shadow. Don't miss the premiere of Ninjas on the channel. Two deaths so far. Well, 3 deaths actually. Again, Roll's dodge roll is a double-edged sword. Wednesday stream will start about the same time as this stream. Sportsman was defeated. I wish the ball gimmick was used a bit more, but I guess this is fine. The reason why it happens here is because your regular iframes and the dodge roll iframes are tied together, so once you exit out of it, you'll take a hit. You're pretty much guaranteed to take a hit. So trying to damage boost your enemies using the dodge roll is ill-advised unless you're careful, compared to the slide, which maintains your iframes. It's alright, Mr. Lee. Like all the other LPs, it'll be edited down and posted in post. Excavate wins. 150 plays and a score of 36. Halfway there. Tonight after the stream I'll be playing some DRG too. Not gonna stream it, but gonna play it. I highly recommend it, it's awesome. I see. Flint Hook, I understand why you're more fragile, but Wizard of Legend, that can cause more issues. Not Slime Rancher, DRG. Deep Rock Galactic. Deep Rock Galactic. Space Dwarves. Oh no. They're running a free weekend. They're currently running a free weekend, so if you're curious about the game, feel free to download and try it. It's also 35% off. Down there's that. Shame about that. If I purchase Spark 1, it'll be from GOG. I much prefer having no DRM. Yeah, DRG is on Steam. I can show you right after this level. Oh, whoops. So close, I got hit by that stray shot. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's on GOG. I like Steam and all, but I'm always a bit wary of DRM. Especially after some past experiences. Ah, lucky. One dead. It's only you, Bomb. Especially as hard but fair is also quite subjective. I have both Nuclear Throne and Enter the Gungeon, by the way. Even the multiplayer version of what is it? Nuclear Throne. Okay, before I move on to the next stage, let me show this. Here it is. Here's Deep Rock Galactic. 1 to 4 player co-op FPS starring Space Dwarves. Currently it's free for 1 day and 14 hours for the weekend. It's like Weekend Pass. And 35% off for the next 38 hours. I highly recommend you play this or purchase this. It's awesome. I've played the game for over 100 hours and still find it very enjoyable. No, I still use Steam, Jaden, but when possible, I tend to prefer to purchase games on GOG. Sword Sprint works, Cookie. I essentially use multiple services for storing my games. Warrior Man wins with the most votes. 130 plays, score 33. Alright, to end my earlier statement, I use Steam, GOG, itch.io, Game Jolt, EA Play, the Ubisoft Uplay Store, whatever it's called now, Epic Game Store, Indie Gala. I think that's it. And some assortments of direct downloads. If you really want to be technical, I have 500 purchased games on itch.io. Dwarves, not gnomes. If you're playing this on your computer, I highly advise you turn down the settings. Do not the first thing. And my last suggestion, please play it has 2 if you're new. Please play it has 1 or 2 if you're a newbie. If you don't know what you're doing, 3 and above can be rather painful. I have a Paladins account too. That's a fun game. Again, if enough people want to play Paladins, I'll stream it as multiplayer. I was too far away. I think I even got up to level 60. Yeah, even though my PC is over 7 years old, it can still play that game. I especially love it when games can scale quite well like that. DRG, Paladins, TF2, while still looking pretty smashing nowadays. Another way of putting it is that I like it when games graphically scale well. Hopefully I'll be able to acquire a new PC in the next year or so. Once the prices of PC components stop being so crazy. Plan B. That's alright. There are plenty of other roles to play as. I don't really like playing as frontline either. Two deaths so far. Use a Mega Wall like that? Yeah, you can. It's a tad risky, but you can do it. My favorite character roles to play as are damage and support. My least favorite role to play as is sometimes the backline one. Pip is a fun one. He's somewhere between He's somewhere between being a damage and healer. Although this stage was shorter, it didn't feel as short as Smelter Man. That's the difference. There are some frontline characters which I do find to be quite enjoyable. Those would be Makoa and Ruckus. Ruckus due to his pretty high DPS actually, and Makoa because he can chain people together. Okay folks, tiebreaker. Tiebreaker vote is in. Next up is Thunder Woman. 114 plays, score 41. That leaves Cool Man as the last. Shaolin. Sunny in one of Vi's outdated bases. You probably want to introduce that over a safe environment, not a bottomless pit. Shaolin's one of those characters who is quite deadly in proper hands, but I never got the use of him. I never got the hang of him. Give me soy cheese, that'd be fine. There's so many mimetic lines from that game. The last time I played the game was actually over 3 years ago. Too far. Neil? No clue about that. Oh boy. Oh no. Wait. Let's do this again. Scrubbing bubbles. Oh, Neil. I stopped playing the game before Leanne was at it, I think. These gimmicks were added in 1.7 about a month or so ago. One dead here, my fault really. Also kind of on the shorter side. Yeah, they were added in 1.7, Gravity Beetle. At number 2. Yeah, discount. This is one of those level packs which I find to be simply okay. I found the Dr. Rye level pack to be better. Oh, of course that's your weakness. That makes sense. Ah, that sucks. There's actually a few games which I have keys for, 1 or 2 of them which I can't actually play yet because my computer doesn't properly support it for some reason. One of which is Monster Boy. Okay, stage. So, last but not least... Cool Man. 131 plays, score 45. Here are my overall thoughts on the level pack so far. It's okay to fun. In fact, see, last week's level pack I had marked as being decent. This one's only okay to decent, really. And there is a variation in terms of level quality. Half the levels I feel are close to decent, the other half are just okay at best. Okay to okay at best. See, with the previous one, with the level pack I played last week, there was an expectation all the levels around the same quality. Here it's more mixed. But in terms of quality, length, and difficulty. It's enjoyable to me, but last week I'd mark as being better, even the Dr. Rice stages. The current system I'm using is Windows 7, so I'm safe there. But we'll see. If need be, I can always install Windows 7 on my new PC when I get around to building it. Pippies. In their game of origin, there was somewhat of pain to deal with your base weapon. But here, with Roll, or pretty much any character, as long as you have the charge shot, they're no biggie. Even in the game of origin, if you have the proper special weapon, not too much of a hassle. Oh. Couldn't save myself, I descended too quickly. Base, I'd say, would have the toughest time, assuming none of the characters have charge shots. Yeah. Assuming the characters have charge shots, Base has the toughest time. Roll probably has the easiest time. I really should be using my other special weapons more. I just find Roll's broom to be so fun to use at base. Or true. Bye, Frosty. And that's all done defeated. Adventure Man took the most number of deaths. This one was tied as recording the least number. As I said so far, difficulty, quality, and length has been rather somewhat inconsistent. I'll be right back in a moment. And I'm back. It's time to break into Wily's Palace, starting with the Gatehouse. 64 plays, score 17. Undercards? Is that based off the Undertale universe? This is the first time I've heard of it. Silence. I remember this section. This is one from one of the earlier stages. Adventure Man, I think? Or was it the intro stage? Immediately starting off with a battle. It's like the weapon archives. Okay, special weapon time. This song's from Mega Man 10, Wily 1. Specifically the first part of Wily 1, when you're under the rain. I need that. This is where the freeze cracker saves me. The unfitting music, this is Roll's theme. It made more sense as the intro stage theme. Now, if this is remade or remixed, then I like this more. Yeah, outside the castle in Mega Man 10. Oh. Didn't slide in the right time. Charge kick. At least there are no enemies to worry about here. I was so close too. Ah, this actually pierces through the bent case. I thought this doesn't pierce through shielded enemies. Was that changed? Could be worse. He could be Crash Man. He was better in the first game. And Moon, because of the order, he's made worse. Let's test out my hypothesis. Okay, it still doesn't work against shielded enemies. I guess it went directly above and below the protectors. Pretty much, Jaden. You can acquire the space jump in that game with only 2 abilities. It was... I don't know what they were thinking of putting Gyro Man behind that. You should in order to access that, you should have been required to have at least 5 or 6 abilities, and or place it behind a tough gauntlet too. Like in order to acquire it, you need something like fire, ice, electricity, water, wind, ground, and maybe and because later on in the game, as you saw, by defeating Storm Eagle, I acquired the ability to fly, but it's worse than the one you get by Gyro Man. If anything, that should have came first. That was the sad part of that. I thought they would have learned from the mistakes from Army. Didn't really. In some ways they made it worse. Yeah, indeed, Jaden. And besides, in that game I didn't really sequence break either. It's not like I glitched right through the terrain. There's a reason why space jump is the last thing you get in Metroid usually. On to Aquatic Testing. 31 plays, score of 9. But enough of our ranting about those two. The sad thing is, following tradition, the second Wily Palace stage is underwater, or has a lot of water to it. The sad thing is, the first Mega Man game Lion Weight made, Mega Man Mega City, didn't really have as many balance issues like this. Oh sure, it did have its own set of balance issues and the difficulty being too easy, but you couldn't get the endgame ability without several other abilities behind that. Oh no. The funny thing is, that's one of the things it did better though. Sorry, Jidok. Yeah, I better use the 2.5D while barely doing anything with it, really. Ah, 2.5D is such a disappointment. Orbital Bullet is awesome. Technically, the entirety of Orbital Bullet could be placed on a 2D plane, well, and putting stuff in the background without the gimmick, but then you have looping. The 2.5D there means something. Not only you have to worry about enemies in the background, but sometimes the foreground, as they can shoot at you from there. You can actually do the same with certain guns. Exactly, Jaden. At least that's what most indie games should do. Or at least take the flavor in mind and take your own spin at it, make it more differenter. Oh, yikes. Even taking ideas from Flavor of the Month isn't technically a bad idea, as long as you don't copy it wholesale. Oh, of course, it didn't reset. They did use it sometimes as a gameplay mechanic, from what I've seen in playthroughs, but Not in all stages, it's more in a few stages. And even then it's used kinda sparingly. Whereas stuff like Orbital Bullet, it's used all the time. It's a major gameplay mechanic. Again, I fell for the same problem. I keep thinking that as long as I have solid grounding, the charge kick resets, but no, it needs to be solid ground, not solid ladder. I guess that's the difference between having 2.5D as simply a mechanic for a few stages and only for aesthetic purposes, versus one where it's directly weaved into the gameplay itself. This is gonna be a pain and a half. I made 1 HP. As I said, it's the last one that matters the most. Yeah, I'm gonna take a debt here. I like the 2.5D aesthetic, but most of the time it's just used as an aesthetic, barely used as an actual gameplay feature. You know, for a stage that's supposed to be focusing mostly on water, it focused more on ladders. Wanna do anything, Splash Woman? I think I broke the boss somehow. She was supposed to be attacking. Pokemon Origins, the anime? Sure, go right ahead. I saw a few bits and pieces of it, specifically in the first episode, but other than that, I'm out in the cold. Next up is the Met Factory. 27 plays, score 7. Yeah, probably because the footholders as a reset her attack pattern. I think it's because she hit the ground and when she got back on the footholder, it reset her attack timer. Oh, you mean Pokemon Legends? Pokemon Arceus Legends? Or Arceus Legends? The open world one? In which case, go right ahead. It looks exciting. Yeah, Origins is Rayman. Although Rayman also has Legends too. By the way, I actually have both of those games, haven't played them yet. Uplay Store, I think. Do you know what I'm really happy about with Pokemon? The fact that Nintendo is actually giving the license to other companies so they can try out different things. We have Pokemon Snap by Bamco, I think. We have the remakes not made by Game Freak but by an entirely different company. Whereas Game Freak can focus specifically on the open world title. This is where they can actually experiment with things without removing stuff from the mainline series. Game Freak Pokemon Company, sorry. I keep forgetting that they are technically separate from Nintendo. I always disassociate them as being a subsidiary of Nintendo, like Intelligent Systems. Hopefully. The issue with Yokai Watch was oversaturation, really. I know, right? I wanted to see a competitor to Pokemon. Sadly, doesn't seem to be. Maybe we'll have a revival in the future. Plan B. That's not exactly Plan B, but it works. Too close. Yep, Rojolt. That and oversaturation of equals. Yep, and that's why Yokai Watch suffered the most for it. Pokemon has an install base of customers, but Yokai didn't have that luxury. Hence, once they suffered all the flack, they couldn't survive, they couldn't recover from it. Maybe I'm using too strong words for this, but that's the way I see it, unfortunately. I think what I really want to see from the Pokemon series is something similar to what Monster Hunter does. Iterated more on their mechanics. There's so many interesting mechanics Pokemon has, but Game Freak does not explore or iterate enough on. At first, it was an exciting breath of fresh air, but they squandered it. Mega Man had a similar issue, but thing is, most of the Mega Man sequels were kind of made in an earlier era. Adding insult to injury. 2020 claimed another victim. Weren't they also the publisher for Dragon Quest? Or am I confusing them for someone else? That was easy. Now, don't get me wrong, I do want to see some competitors to Pokemon, even if they're not large scale, and try experimenting more. Oh, true, got it. Like, for example, there's Temtem, or Monster Sanctuary. They have some interesting takes on the mon collecting genre, or even Siren. I want to see more games take the idea of mon collection and go on their own routes. Or if you want a more big budget take on this, look at the Digimon series. Or Slime Rancher 2, or Dragon Quest Monsters. Really, I feel people should know they should have more prominence in the market, be better known. So last but not least is Wily Palace 4, Brain Core, 37 place, score of 10. Or heck, even Mega 10, or the Devil Summoner series. Or even Monster Hunter Stories, you're right. They're coming out with a second iteration too. There's so many actually games in the mon genre that really need more time in the limelight. They're simply overshadowed by Pokemon, despite having some rather varied takes on it. In some ways more interesting, I'd say. Oh boy. That's what I really think Pokemon needs, more competition. There needs to be someone or some franchise which is close to scope to them in terms of popularity. But I don't exactly see how that'll happen soon. Thank you for putting the timer on the screen. Yeah, that's a billion-dollar question. And besides, they're also limited by the fact that Pokemon is designed to be more of a beginner RPG, most of them. Brand loyalty and huge install base, not to mention the huge amount of merchandising. Because at its core, Pokemon, maybe outside competitive, is rather simple, or straightforward really. Compared to something like the Digimon games, Monster Hunter Stories, Shin Megami Tensei, they're far more complicated. I wouldn't recommend them to newbies in the RPG genre. Oh no. Save. Regardless, Pokemon needs to evolve in order to survive. I hope at least. Yep, billion-dollar question. How do you sell someone another game in the genre which doesn't have as big of a footprint as another? Especially to people who aren't into that genre. It's one thing to sell Temtem or Digimon to people already interested in Mon collection, but to outsiders, Pokemon's the one always on top. Same applies to the other genres, sadly. That's why for this channel I focus so heavily on indie games. Many of them really need more time in the limelight. For example, Primal Light, Super Cable Boy, Slime Rancher, etc, etc. And it has some weaknesses. That is annoying, Rajolt. Wilderman as well. I didn't mention it because it's still in early access, but even for what it is currently, it's very solid. Hopefully they can nail down the companion issues and it'll work better. Another good example is One Step from Eden, resurrecting a somewhat dead genre of card battling RPGs. At least they fixed the fish. I barely hear of Darkstalkers nowadays. When was the last game released in that franchise? Outside of crossovers? You. Does he not have a weakness? Oh, bubbles. I'll take it. Oof, 2012. And for a AA or AAA franchise, that's not a good sign. It's one thing for an indie game to not have a sequel in 8 years, but for a game like that... Oh, Thunder's weakness? What was Splash Woman's weakness then? Oh, rats. I see the problem. I thought I had a checkpoint every single time. This is why I should go after Quickman first. Let's do this again then. Ninja Gaiden? Quite an interesting series. Most of my knowledge comes out from the NES trilogy, but I know there are many other games in the franchise afterwards. Ah, this is better. And that's how you defeat him damageless with roll. Entertaining. It's gonna remain Sunday evening when I return to it. I'm just simply waiting for a new campaign to come out. There are many other indie games which need some time in the limelight, and Wildermid got about 10 streams for it. I will return to it, mark my words. The pre-recorded episode will be released after Eddie's World LP is done. I like Mega Man Maker, but it isn't without its flaws. When that opens up. If I play World 1, I'll probably need a guide. My only experience from it is watching Picaspri's video. Request series? You mean level packs? If that's the case, yeah, you're allowed. Yeah, you're allowed. You can do it right now in chat. If I already covered it though, I won't redo it. There's a request forum in my Discord server. You can submit level packs there. Fairy type was brilliant in Gen 6. That fixed some of the balancing issues. Although I added a few other ones too. But that's always true. Lightning? Yeah, shame about that. Phase 1 done. You can do it both in chat and Discord, but just don't spam it. Once or twice is fine. Not over yet. A while later, as Mega Man, back at home, it's autumn. The end. This is where Mega meets up with Roll. And thank you for making it, Rajol 2. Fear of Spatterbots 5 is already on my to playlist, but duly noted. And the Broken Boss I don't have on my list, so please list out the level ID of one of your levels in that pack, and it'll be added to the queue. So this marks the end of the level pack Roll's Adventure. An overall okay pack. To compare it to last week's pack, whereas that one was decent, this one was okay. to OK.5. See, level quality, length, and difficulty was a bit more varied. We have levels like Adventure Man and Warrior Thunder Man, which are more difficult, and then levels like Smelter and Siren, which are more straightforward. Yeah, intro level. Give the idea of that, please. And some of the levels feel too short for what they're worth. Yes, I know that the NES games had relatively shorter levels compared to the later entries in the series, but I feel the later entries got the understanding that if your levels are too short, you can't explore the mechanics enough. Same with fangames to a larger extent. That's why I didn't really like levels like Smelter Man. It was half the length it should have been. But I'm okay with stages which are shorter as long as they're more packed. See Warrior Man, even though it was shorter, it had more usage of its mechanics. On the note of mechanics, there were issues of introduction of mechanics / enemies / level objects, and the climax of the stages weren't that clear-cut or good either. The Wily stages I'd say were the best parts of this pack, especially 1 and 3, because they used the mechanics again in interesting combinations. I say that my favorite stages were Adventure Man and Cool Man, and Wily-wise 1 or 3. I recommend this to people who are average to below average skill in Mega Man Maker. If you're having some trouble with the enemies, you can always make use of special weapons. Although one suggestion I have for future level packs is to add a screen after the weapon selection where you can carry over your E and M tanks. That would be really helpful for some of the later challenges. In any case, thanks for submitting the level pack, Rajold. It's really appreciated. Your level pack has been included there. Entertaining. So let's see. Next week's level pack is Fierce Battle Boss 5 by Heavy Elite. Then after that will be the level pack by Entertaining YOLO, the week after. Alrighty then. Do you want us to raid as in Pikachu or the K-Wings? We did K-Wings last time. Who has the fewer number of subscribers or viewers? Oh, Heavy Elite streaming as well? Okay then. Let's raid as in Pikachu and Heavy Elite. Here's as in. I know where Heavy Elite's channel is. I'm bringing it up. For Asin's channel, type into the chat. Do you have his channel name, Entertaining YOLO? It doesn't seem to be on the Discord server I'm on. Got it. We did K-Wings last week. For a change, let's move on to Heavy Elite. I don't want to raid too many people in subsequent. Alright, here's Heavy Elite's channel. For that one, type in greetings, Heavy. So while that goes on, this marks the end of the stream. Thanks for watching, everyone. Tomorrow morning, I'll be covering Eddie's World. Tomorrow evening, Aground. And Wednesday evening, the start of Cyber Shadow. Thanks for watching, and have a nice day.